Arkansas, I'll say our home state. Our home state, Arkansas, and the state, according to the Washington Post, that is sometimes ranked the most pro-life state in the country, gathered more than, I wrote 100,000, but it's actually 101,000, right? Signatures to get abortion rights on the ballot in November. It was a miracle a lot of us fought for and wished for, but I don't know about y'all. This girl can't believe we actually did it. Can you believe it?
No.
And then, spoiler alert, the Attorney General stalled all progress based on a technicality. Arkansas Secretary of State John Thurston said the group failed to submit a document naming paid canvassers and a signed statement confirming that paid canvassers had been provided with required information about their role. He asserts that when signatures gathered by paid canvassers again were removed, it reduced the number to 87,382, below the threshold for ballot inclusion of 90,704. Arkansans for Limited Government released a statement that they had complied with the requirements and that they will fight this ridiculous disqualification attempt with everything we have. And I'm sitting down with Mariah Martz today. She works in marketing by day and also volunteers with Arkansans for Limited Government. And she was a huge help to me personally when it came to making sure all the people I love had the right information. So thank you. And she's here to talk about what all went into the huge effort to restore reproductive rights in Arkansas and where the effort goes from here. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, excited to be here. Excited to talk about it.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster.
It has. It really has.
Where do we want to start? Give me the details of the petition.
Okay, so how about I start by sharing how I got involved?
Yes.
Yes. Really?
Yeah, let's start with how you got involved, Mariah.
So
start there.
Okay. Really, I wanted to get involved because I knew I had family and friends that probably wouldn't go out of their way to go find a signing event, but would sign it if I said, hey, do you want to sign this? Do you support this cause? Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm going to get trained up to accept signatures, and then I'll just go to family and friends, maybe get 20. That's still, helpful. And
20 is better than 0.
Yeah, and because I am the way I am, I don't know, I got added to the volunteer group chat, and it just went from there. So I ended up going to multiple events to get petition or signatures, and I kind of did a little bit of email marketing and also texted some of the pledge to sign list. So just lots of different pieces of it. But it was really neat to see just what all goes into it. I mean, I've signed a petition before, obviously, but I've never been on the other side of it.
Me too. I signed this one.
Yes, thank you. Yes. So it was just really cool to learn about it and, the rules that go into it. I mean, there's a million different things you have to know to be able to take someone's signature, which is crazy because it just seems like you just sign it and it's fine.
Right.
Use the wrong pen color. They'll kick it out.
Wait, really?
Yes.
What color is that?
Black ink only.
Oh, black ink only.
Yeah.
No blue.
Yeah. No, blue or black, yeah.
Oh, blue or black. Okay.
Yeah.
But no red, no pink.
No gel pens.
No glitter gel pens?
I know. It's a crime. It's truly
Swifties sign anyway.
So I think that should be our next petition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dumb rule.
Choice of gel pen.
Yes.
So,
pro-choice all around.
Yes. But
were y'all at Toad Suck? Were you at Toad Suck?
I wasn't at Toad Suck, no.
Okay, because I couldn't find y'all.
I
was told y'all were there.
It could have been one of those things where they had people walking around, but didn't have a booth. There's rules around that too. We have to ask certain events, will you allow us to be there? Okay. If it's on public property, usually it's fine. We also, I'm sure you've been asked at parking lots of businesses as well. Mm-hmm. So usually that situation, you can go out there until they tell you to leave. Mm-hmm. So
until they shoo you away.
Yeah. So we've asked to go to businesses, and some are really kind. We actually have a full list of businesses that allowed us to have a permanent location there.
Oh, that's awesome.
So where they would actually accept signatures on their own, or we could go every week to hold a signing event. So it's been really amazing to see the local business support, and just there's so many people that support the cause. Yeah.
And are y'all still gathering signatures?
So we are. we're still a little up in the air on what's going on at this point, but we've been told from our group leaders that we should resume collecting signatures in case we are, allowed to have a secure period, which is basically to help to cushion more signatures in case you dip below the minimum requirement. So,
okay.
Yeah. So still opportunities to sign if you have not signed.
Go sign. Mom, go sign.
Yes.
I'm going to bully my mom.
Elisa's mom, yes, sign.
I was going to say I won't tell anyone, but
yeah.
Anyone who doesn't watch this. Okay, so I want to hear about the good, the bad, and the abortion stories. So the good is the signers. Tell me about some of the people who've come to sign.
It's been amazing, honestly. A lot of the events I've worked have been, pride events. I'm trying to think of some of the others. I've canvassed kind of just like some malls, honestly, parking lots. We try to think through like who's going to be our target market for this. I mean, I, just worked it into my schedule, what I could fit, and tried to come up with ideas of what events I could go to. But I didn't have to personally deal with like a ton of angry people. Some of the people in our group, yes, I've heard horror stories. I mean, I'll get into the bad later, I guess. But
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's just been wild. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people have thanked me for being out where I'm at and asking for signatures, and so that they're really glad that this is happening and that we're doing this.
Yeah. Well, especially in this heat, that's hard work. How long are y'all out there when you're gathering signatures?
Depends on the event. Eureka Springs Pride was a lot of fun. It was hot as hell. At the end of the day, I got back in my car and I was like stuffing like tissues like in my bra, in my shorts. Like I was drenched in sweat. And it doesn't help that the parking situation in Eureka is like horrid. Mm-hmm. So we had to walk like a mile and tote all these like paper petitions, and yeah.
That sucks.
It was a lot of work. It was a good workout. But yeah, I met a lot of amazing people. The volunteers in the group, like, it feels like just a group of best friends, honestly. And if you need anything, everyone's always very supportive. And it's honestly like a life-changing experience for me.
That's awesome.
It has been, yeah.
I know you said, like, just because of who you are, you ended up in the group chat, but I want to know more about that. I know I'm going backwards, but...
By that, I just meant, like, I have no chill. So I can't say no to things, which is good and bad, I guess. But
it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, and I don't know, I just get really obsessed. I have, like, an obsessive thing in my brain so this has been, like, my life, and everyone, like, all my friends are probably so tired of me talking about it at this point.
No, but no one's tired of it.
It's
become your personality.
Yeah, it has. It really has, yeah.
I like that. I think that's a great personality to have.
Yeah, especially, like, this last week with all the drama with the state. Like, all of my friends are getting, like, I don't know, like, constant updates on the situation.
Like, they've muted the group chat.
Yeah, I'm like, I know you didn't subscribe to this, but you're getting the updates anyway, so sorry.
I signed you up for my newsletter.
Right. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so the protesters. Tell me about the protesters.
Yeah. So there are a lot of decline to signers, is kind of what their little movement has been called. So they're extreme pro-life. A lot of them obviously are very religious. And they would stalk our website, see where we're going to be, and then send people out to harass people that want to sign, harass us. Again, I didn't have to deal with this too much with the ones that I was at, but a lot of people, in our volunteer group have dealt with it, and some have been yelled at, called murders, and it's a range. I mean, there are some people that they will just set up like a lawn chair next to our booth or whatever and pass out little pamphlets on why abortion's bad. And then there's the others on the, more extreme end that would have these huge signs that have like what looks like a, 6-month-old baby with blood on it. And it's like, sir, that's not an embryo,
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway.
You can't abort a live baby.
No, they're
called something else.
They're very, I don't know, just like really dramatic images, and they will yell
bad vibes
and harass our people. Yeah, and
I saw a video recently.
Yeah,
of a man like getting all up in there. Oh my god.
Yes,
he would not.
She's amazing. She is a badass.
Yeah,
I met her at the Capitol whenever we submitted the petitions, and I was like, "You're so cool. Like, I love you." Yeah.
Yeah, she nipped that right in the bud.
Yeah, she was like, "Sir, they came here specifically to sign," which I love, and that's true. A lot of people did.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, and
I know no one's out there like tricking people into getting them to sign.
And we're always really clear about it. You know, like we straight up tell you, and a lot of people will ask, you know, like what exactly is going to be like, you know, what's the limit on it, and we give them the whole rundown on it. And
do you find that most people, when they come, do most people ask you questions and like need more information, or do most people come specifically like to sign it?
So it differs, and it's also kind of dependent on the event you're at, how you're doing it. You know, if we're just out like in a parking lot canvassing, then a lot of times it's people that don't know anything about it. So we have to explain. And then if it's an event we posted on our website that we're going to be at, Toadsuck or whatever, then people coming specifically, they don't ask questions. They usually just know like what it is because they've already done the research.
Yeah.
So that always helps because it is hard to like go into the whole, you know,
the whole spiel.
Yeah, it's a lot. So
it is a lot.
Yeah.
The abortion stories.
Yeah.
Have people told you their stories?
A lot of people have actually.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it, you know, like that's also like there's a huge kind of spectrum there of, you know, from the people that got pregnant, and like this one girl, for example, she told me she got pregnant. I think it was like she ended up having an abortion 2 days before Roe v. Wade was overturned. Her doctor was like, because she got pregnant, and obviously it was like not what she wanted, and she was not in a good place financially, mentally, like she just wasn't prepared for that. And so she went to her doctor, and the doctor was like, you know, you need to go now if this is what you want. Like, it's because you're not going to have a chance. Yeah, they knew.
I mean, I knew. We all knew.
Yeah. Yeah. So she went, and she was, you know, luckily able to have one. But, you know, I mean, I feel like that's a great example. Not great, but, you know, it's a story that really explains, I don't know, just like how dark that time was, and it still is. But
yeah.
So there's that story. There's also, you know, I met a doctor when I was at Eureka Pride that she told me, when I met her, she said, oh yeah, I've already signed it like months ago. And she said that she just recently had a patient that they did IVF to get pregnant. And I guess at the 20-week anatomy scan, found out that the baby was not developing correctly, that like basically wouldn't be viable. It still had heart rhythm. So the state still looks at it as a, you know, healthy grown baby in their eyes. So
even though it's not.
Yeah. So her choice was to continue carrying it, you know, until she went into labor, or I guess they induced her, or to go out of state to have the procedure. And the other kind of piece of this that's also very heart-wrenching was she, I guess, had, and I'm not super knowledgeable in this, so I could be misstating this, but the doctor was kind of explaining that like she had other embryos. I think it was embryos. Again, I'm like,
there's so many terms.
Yes, but whatever it was, she had like backup embryos, and apparently their expiration date was going to be before she was due with that baby.
Oh, so yeah, I think it's eggs if they're unfertilized, and embryos if they are fertilized.
Right. I don't know which one, like,
okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know which one expires, but anyway, so.
It's too expensive for me.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, so if she didn't go out of state to have the abortion and like stayed in Arkansas and followed the Arkansas law of not having one, she would have lost her other chance of having a baby. And potentially, even if she was able to do it in the future, it could have impacted her fertility.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's just, it's insane. There's no exceptions to it right now other than very vague for the life of the mother.
Which, don't even get me started. It's so vague.
It's so vague.
And it scares me as someone actively trying to get pregnant. Like,
it's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, those are just a couple of stories. I also heard someone just the other day that she was raped a year ago and had to go to New Mexico to get an abortion. So, and one thing, you know, this bugs me so much, but a lot of the protesters will yell about adoption.
Mm-hmm.
And adoption is not an alternative to abortion. It's an alternative to parenthood.
Yes.
And, you know, being a mom, going through pregnancy made me more pro-choice.
I was wanting to talk to you about that. Tell me about that.
Yes.
I love talking to mothers about how their views have changed. Or
yes. You know, it's just, it was a hard pregnancy. I found out I had a blood clotting disorder. It's a genetic one, so apparently a bunch of people in my family have it. My mom, my sister, my grandpa all have it. But because of that, they told me that I would need to take blood thinners after birth. Or maybe starting in labor, I don't remember. But anyway, so there's that. And then getting closer to time, they were like, oh, she's not quite as big as we expected. We think you have IUGR, which is like intrauterine growth restrictions. So she was smaller. So I had to start going to a high-risk doctor. And, you know, the further you get into your pregnancy, the more you go to the doctor anyway.
Yeah.
But it started way earlier for me that I had to start going weekly. And
that's a lot.
Thank the Lord that my job at the time was amazing and they were very flexible. But technically they did not have to allow me to do that. They could have made me use PTO for that or not been paid, you know, like that's wild. And so I was going weekly at that point and then end up getting preeclampsia.
Stop.
So yeah, that was fun. So I had to go to the hospital, get induced, and made it to a big old 3 centimeters. And then they're like, oh yeah, you've been at 3 for a long time, so we're going to do a C-section. So my, you know, little dream of like having a natural birth with, you know, I imagine like the peanut ball and like, you know, in a water.
Peanut ball.
Oh, peanut ball. Everyone like preaches the peanut ball. It's like it looks like a yoga ball, like a blow up thing.
Oh, okay,
but it's in the shape of a peanut instead of like a round.
Okay.
Sounds weird. I don't know.
And you like bounce on it.
That, or you can like put it like laying on your side between your legs.
Oh, cute.
So yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, I'm learning so much.
It's a lot. So anyway, yeah, I pictured that like, you know, I didn't even want an epidural when I first got pregnant, which
you're brave.
Well, I mean, I ended up getting one anyway. So,
yeah.
And I was glad I did. But, yeah. So anyway, so it was just like a very hard labor. I was in labor for like, I don't know, 2 days, I think.
Jeez.
And then to only get to 3, I was like, should have just had them do a C-section right away.
Yeah.
But,
hindsight.
Yeah, so there was that. And then after I had her, she was small. She weighed like 4 pounds. Mm-hmm. So ended up in the NICU for a month. And the job I was at, it was a very small marketing agency, and they were very supportive. But, you know, technically, if you're under 50 employees, you don't have to provide your employee time off after they have a baby, which is so wild.
That's
like,
insane.
Just, don't even get me started. So, yeah, they were flexible. It was unpaid, my entire maternity leave, you know, but they did allow me to take the time I needed. But, you know, at that point it was like, okay, we had discussed me taking 8 weeks and she was in the NICU for 4.
Yeah.
So it's like, do I go back to work
4 weeks of her life
when I'm still wearing a diaper?
Right.
And then take it later?
That's what people, okay, there's so many things people don't understand, but like you have to heal. It takes several weeks.
It felt like a year, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was terrible.
Like you can't even get off the couch for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have to keep this human alive. And I love what you said about adoption. What did you say again?
It's an alternative to parenthood, not to pregnancy.
Pregnancy,
Like,
yes, because what men don't understand, and a lot of women until they go through it, is that you're literally putting your life on the line. Like, pregnancy is beautiful, it's a miracle, but it's so risky.
Arkansas is one of the, I think, top 3 worst places to have a baby in the country.
We have I think the second to last highest, I'm going to butcher this, but the highest, like, maternal mortality rate. It's insane.
Yeah. I was also going to add on, so to add to the long list of things that didn't go as planned, with the blood thinners I had to be on, my C-section wound would not heal. And I had to go back to my doctor, like a week or 2 after I had her. And I was like, is this right? Like, this does not look right to me.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh no, like, this is not good. Like, we need to take the glue off and cauterize it. Yes.
Cauterize
She's like, cauterize. I was like, no, like, we're not going to do that. I'm like, can you not just put more glue on it? But yes. So she is pulling.
I was not expecting that. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. This was not in the labor books that I read. So
no one talks about this.
It was crazy. So she pulls the glue off, gives me shots of lidocaine, and then
she
cauterizes. Yes, the wound. And, like, to make it even worse than that, it was like she didn't want it to heal the outside before the inside. So we had to, and my husband is so amazing for doing this, but I couldn't stomach it, so he had to, for weeks after that, stuff gauze into the wound.
Oh, he's a saint.
Yes, and give me the blood thinner shots in my stomach every single day. And
I wouldn't be able to do that either.
No. So, yeah, we had to do that, and then, like, at the end of the day, I had to pull the gauze out, and it was disgusting. I'm getting real into the TMI.
No, I love it. I'm all about TMI.
All of this to say, I cannot imagine going through this, putting a baby up for adoption, you know?
Yeah, all of that.
And, like, just, I mean, you have to take all this time off work. That costs a lot of money. Like, pregnancy and having a baby, so expensive. So expensive. And
what is it, like $3,000 just to deliver the thing? I don't know. It's up there.
So, the bill from insurance after the 30 days of NICU and my labor and delivery was over $100,000.
I can't even imagine. Yeah.
And luckily, you know, we had hit our deductible, obviously. But I think at that point in time, I want to say that was when I was on my husband's insurance still. So I think it was like $8,000 out of pocket that we had to pay.
Oh my God.
And yeah, it was a lot.
You want to have a baby.
Yeah.
Save that money. Save $1,000.
Just saying, I don't think anyone
know.
should be forced to go through that unless they truly want it. Yeah.
Amen. Amen to that. I agree with that. Okay, I have also some abortion statistics and misconceptions that I wanted to run through, and you can add on any if I'm leaving any out. So, first of all, abortion has been on the consistent decline since the 80s. The majority of abortions in 2021 were for women who had previously given birth. This is my favorite one because I'm not going to say all men, but specifically a lot of men love to say, like, oh, it's just like sluts being loose. It's their form of birth control. It's a lot of mothers. According to the CDC, almost a quarter of women, 24%, who had abortions in 2021 had one previous live birth. 20% had 2 previous live births, 10% had 3, and 7% had 4 or more previous live births. That's 61% of abortions are mothers who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And then, this is my other favorite because it's all, the late term abortion bullshit. I can't with it.
Up until birth.
Right. Even after birth.
After birth, yes.
Okay, so in 2021, 93% of abortions occurred during the first trimester. That is at or before 13 weeks of gestation, according to the CDC. An additional 6% occurred between 14 and 20 weeks of pregnancy, and only 1% were performed at 21 weeks or more of gestation. And I would assume that's for the life of the mother.
Yes, yes.
Because that happens.
Yeah, it baffles me that people really think that someone is going to go through 30 weeks of pregnancy. You know, you're feeling your baby kick, you're buying a crib, you're doing all the things, and then just be like, oh, I changed my mind.
Right.
That doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
It does not happen.
To go through it for, 8 months.
There's just a lot of confusion, I think, and it definitely, through this experience, has taught me that a lot of people don't know much about it. And don't
Shockingly.
know. Yes. Yeah. They don't know how it works. They don't know why people get it.
I think too, the word abortion has become so, not become, it's always been like a big, big bad wolf. But for me, it's just reproductive rights and it's healthcare. Like it's what is it? 1 in 4 pregnancies end in miscarriage. Ectopic pregnancies, I can't cite the statistic, but they're so common. And ectopic pregnancies, you can't go through with that. No. That's dangerous.
And there's still a lot of people that think that you can.
Or they've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I watch Grey's Anatomy. That's how I educated myself on a lot.
I'm a doctor too because of that show. Yeah. No, I think a lot of people, they haven't been around the information. Like they haven't had the chance to learn about it, and it really should be taught more and talked about more. But even my own husband, at one point, I think it was after Roe v. Wade was overturned, and he was like, I know you're upset about it, but you would never need an abortion, so I guess I don't get it. And I was like, I don't know.
But you might.
You never know. And I used to be one of those people that would say, I would never. Yeah, I would never do it personally, but I think you should have the right. Mm-hmm. But now, after I've had a kid, I'm like, I know that I can never say that, because what if I got pregnant again and, needed one, even though I wanted the baby?
Yeah.
You just don't know. And, yeah.
It happens. Happened to me. It happens. Yeah. The most common time to lose them is around 6 weeks. Yeah. And a lot of times they don't want to come out. I'll just say that. So people just don't know what they don't know.
Yeah. And
that's why we're here.
Yeah.
No judgment. Because like I said, I learned a lot of it from Grey's Anatomy and just from talking to women.
Yeah.
I think women are starting to talk about it so much more.
Yeah. It used to be very hush hush. And it really seems like even when I was pregnant, there were all these women that I talked to that were like, oh yeah, I had a miscarriage, and it was people that that I was close with, that they had never told me. It never came up, so then that, I don't know, it was...
Because people don't like to tell until the second trimester when they're out of it, and yeah, that's so hard. What strategies and tactics were the most effective in gathering signatures? Was it just right place, right time, or?
There's so many different strategies. We did really well when I went to the Pride Festival. Soma Pride was a huge hit for us.
I bet.
I don't remember how many they said they collected that day, but it was hundreds.
Oh my God.
It was a very successful day. Yeah. But, also, I went to Perryville, Arkansas. Do you know where that is?
Mm-hmm,
so, very small little town. And we were sent there because, I don't know if you've heard about it, but, they changed recently the rules on petitioning. So, it used to be 15 counties that had to be represented. Mm-hmm. So, a certain percentage of people had to be in those other, all 15 counties at least. And so they upped it to 50.
Oh, that passed?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it didn't. I voted against it. Okay, cool.
It did. It sure did. So,
Jesus Christ. Thanks, Tom Cotton.
You'd say that all the time. Yeah, so with that, it makes it more difficult to reach these little smaller towns. And, this is a very grassroots situation here. Like, we're not people that are just like constantly doing, political events. I don't know. Like, we're people,
you have
we're
a normal
moms,
job.
we have kids, we have jobs. Yes. Like, we're balancing all of these things. And so we can't just take off work every day and go out to these tiny towns to get signatures there. So we did have, some paid canvassers that we used. Most of them were ones that were volunteers with us already. And I think they worked with them to, get them into smaller counties to try to collect there. So that helped. But yeah, it was very difficult to get the smaller counties. They did give us like some numbers. Like they'd say, oh, we need this many in Perryville or, wherever. And so then that at least gave us kind of a goal. But yeah, when I went to Perryville, I just went outside of Harps. And we were just...
Love Harps.
That was their one grocery store, So they have the Harps, they have Sonic, and of course, Dollar General. Mm-hmm. What else would you have in a small town?
Yeah.
So we
That's all you need.
Right. We hung around Harps, and I was really trying to push myself to ask people that maybe I wouldn't have asked, like, I don't know. I've been nervous about it because I've heard so many stories of other canvassers that have gotten harassed or stalked.
Or Karens lash out.
There was one person, this crazy guy, he was like threatening them. And it was like, I'll kill you all, like yelling at them. And so I don't know, like we're all just very, I don't know, that's always something that's on our mind. And so anyway, I was trying to be brave though in Perryville. And you don't really have a lot of options. Like, you're not gonna, get someone pulling up to Harps that has tattoos or that's wearing a pride shirt or something, like
rainbow hair.
Yes. Those are usually things I would go for. Like, ask them.
Yeah.
Good vibes. But, everyone there wears camo and has American flags on their trucks. So
America.
I was like,
Great place.
I'm gonna have to ask. Gonna have to. And it was a huge shock to me. So the first guy, we actually were making small talk about how hot it was. And then he was like loading something in his car and we were just kind of talking. And then I was like, while I've got you here, do you mind if I ask you if you'd be interested in signing my petition? He was like, oh, what is it for? And so I explained and I told him.
The moment of truth.
Yeah, I told him about some of the women that I've met and some of the stories. And he really gave me the time. And it was really nice, and we had a really good conversation. And he said, I think he said like his sister-in-law or somebody like got pregnant and needed an abortion because I don't remember the situation, but something happened and a wanted pregnancy that they needed one. Mm-hmm. And he said,
she chose it, and that was her right.
Yeah,
at the time.
Yes, and he said that it was, he can't imagine not having the option for situations like that. He was like, I don't think that you should just have the choice up until birth if you just don't want to. But I tried to explain that wasn't very common. That's not a thing,
1%.
Yeah, and that's usually for those medical situations. Mm-hmm. And so he was very nice, and he ended up signing. And
that's awesome.
He did say, he's like, I'm not sure yet if I'm going to vote on it, but this is just going to get on the ballot.
Okay,
so he was like, we'll let Arkansas decide. And I was like, that's perfect. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, you have plenty of time.
I had someone say that to me too. Yeah. They were like, it's just getting it on the ballot and then the people can vote, and that's what democracy is, and what's the harm? So.
Yeah. And then, I had a few other people that signed it too that were also kind of surprises. So yeah, it was really good. Really nice to, I don't know, just kind of be proven wrong, I guess. And it truly is both sides, no matter if you're left or right leaning. Mm-hmm. People know that they deserve freedom. And what is freedom if you don't have
privacy? Because at the end of the day, it's a privacy right.
To control what's happening to your own body. Mm-hmm. That's like the baseline of freedom.
And to say that they know better than your doctor.
Yes, exactly.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah, we did get run out of Perryville, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God! After you talked it up, like it's great.
I know. I kind of just pushed that part out of my mind. This little old lady, I think she is probably involved in the decline to sign group. And so the other car of canvassers that was in Perryville with us, I saw them like walking down the road towards their car, and they got in it, and I kind of slowed down. I was like waving at them. They were like going like this, and I was like, what are they doing? So we called them, and they were like, don't stop, don't talk to us. Like, we're trying to get to our car so we can get out of here. She's in her car following us. So she yelled at them where they were canvassing, and then got in her car when they were leaving to follow them down the road. And so she didn't want, or the other car didn't want us to get followed too.
Yeah.
So we were just like, we got some signatures. Like, it was good enough. I guess we technically did get out of town. Like, I was going to try to get more, but they were like, it's fine. Just go somewhere else. So,
yeah. Got more than you thought you would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you said, on both sides.
Yeah.
People want abortion care.
Yes.
People want their rights. Okay, so the Attorney General rejected the petition based on a technicality. We talked about that. Where does did we talk about this already? Where does the effort go from here? And how much, like, can you say?
Yeah, so we turned in our signatures at the Capitol. That was July 5th. So July 4th was probably the most patriotic of any July 4th
that was
I've
crazy.
ever had. It was an amazing day. That was the day I went to Perryville, actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So right before I went to my parents to have a little pool party, and went out and got all sweaty collecting signatures. And
worth it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun though. And so that was July 4th. And then July 5th, I went on my lunch break and went to the Capitol and was able to watch them carry the boxes in.
You were there?
Everyone cheered.
Oh my God.
It was very emotional, and I'll have to show you this video I took of it, like when I first walked in. Have you ever been to the Capitol? So, you know, the area you walk in, there's kind of like a circle that's like open to both floors. So all of us were around in a circle with our signs and cheering. And like, then one of the canvassers had their daughter there who was probably like 6. So she was in the middle, like spinning and like taking a video. And I got real teary. Like, it was very emotional, you know, because this is our future, and this is what we're doing it for, you know. And it was a really great day, and of course we did have protesters. And
of course,
there was a little bit of, I don't know, it was weird. Like, they, of course, want to be in all the pictures and all of that.
They like photobomb?
Yeah, so they made sure to like arrange themselves up the top stairs, like where the boxes were going to be brought in, and have these huge signs with Bible verses on them, and it says like decline to sign, and then on the other side, like, you know, it said something about like the abortion ban. Or what was it?
I think we're going to hell or something.
No, it was I think it was something along the lines of like, the amendment is not, like, it just opens up to all abortions, or I don't know, something like abortion till birth. Something like that. Very extreme. But yeah, there was a few of those. Way more of us, for sure.
Yeah.
But
they just had to crash the party.
Yeah.
Just haters.
I think they like us. That's why they want to hang around. So,
there you go.
Anyway, they were there.
Jealous.
But, yeah, so that was a great day. And then, you know, a few days after that is when the news broke that it was rejected. And I don't want to say anything like and misstate anything,
right? So
I won't go into the details too much. But that day when that news broke, I and everyone in our volunteer group, we were all crushed because we didn't know what that meant. You know, do we have a chance?
Yeah, what
is
does
this
that
a
mean?
complete no? Are we done? What do we do from here? And, you know, this whole time we've been like nonstop thinking about this, and our lives have been, you know, circling around it. And then we just get this no, and it's like,
after you just got this huge yes on the 4th of freaking July.
It was just like whiplash almost.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we were all crushed because we didn't know what that meant. And it felt like I was hit by a bus that day. And then, you know, I think it was the next day, our statement was released. You know, we have a really great group of leaders that they've been communicating with us, and keeping us posted on things as they know more. And then they released another statement. Definitely recommend. If you haven't read them, go read them. They're very detailed. I love the most recent one where she basically just says, keep counting. And
yes. Oh my God. Let me look it up real quick because it was iconic.
Yeah, it is very iconic.
I meant to quote it in my intro and then I didn't go back.
It's kind of like badass in legal language in my mind. So yeah, but I loved that. And yeah, I don't want to say anything and misstate, but I am feeling hopeful that there's still a chance, but we don't know. So we are, going to continue to collect signatures just in case they're needed, but we don't really know what's going on at this point.
Yeah, she said, in fact, the Secretary of State's office supplied us with the affidavit paperwork, which we used. Until today, we had no reason not to trust that the paperwork they supplied us with was correct and complete.
Yeah, when I read that, I did feel a lot better. And
it's powerful.
It felt like a mic drop in a way.
Yeah, let me read the end. It says, more than 101,000 Arkansans participated in this heroic act of direct democracy and stood up to loudly proclaim their support for access to health care. They deserve better than a state government that seeks to silence them. We will fight this ridiculous disqualification attempt with everything we have. We will not back down. Period. Iconic.
Yes. Yeah. Did you see that Sarah Huckabee Sanders?
No. She running that mouth.
So when he first posted that it was rejected, she tweeted about it and
X'd about it.
Yeah, you might want to pull it up, but basically it says she calls us immoral and incompetent. And
no.
Yes.
How did I not see this?
She's thinking about us. So sweet.
Why is she so obsessed with us?
Right.
Living there rent free.
Yeah. And then it's just funny now, all of the drama about I don't know, is what John Thurston said actually true in his initial statement of why he rejected us, I don't know. Just
yeah. It's a lot of shady stuff going on. Oh, okay. Yeah, here I see. It says, today the far-left pro-abortion crowd in Arkansas showed they are both immoral and incompetent.
Careful.
What, it's hard?
Thanks.
Also, yeah, I am pro-abortion.
Coming from you? Okay.
Be mad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming from you.
Yeah.
Love her. Love her. We wish her well.
Something like that.
Yeah. We wish the people around her well.
Yeah.
To deal with her. Okay, so how can people get involved and help moving forward?
Yes.
Especially people who have supported the petition, people who haven't gotten a chance to sign yet.
Yes. So if you want to sign, you can go to our website, ourliberty.org, and we'll have signing events listed there. If you don't see a signing event that is near you, convenient, then you can email. There's an email address listed on that page, and then we can send someone out to you. I'll
drop all these links in the show notes, by the way.
Yeah. Also, if you want to volunteer to collect signatures, even if you just want to collect, 20 or 20.
I kind of want to do that.
It's really not that bad. Yeah.
Okay.
And we have I think they made it into a Word doc. So when I started, they had a Zoom meeting you had to join. And it was an hour and a half, and it gave you this whole background. I think they kind of made a little guide now. So I can actually kind of train you on how to do it and be the guide.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then they can give you some stickers and buttons and all that to give out too.
We love stickers.
Yes. When they gave me the stickers, I was really geeking out over it. But
yes. I meant to have stickers for you that are love and justice stickers, but I haven't made any yet.
I love that.
But I will make them and send them to you because you're my
Yes.
first podcast guest.
Required.
Yes, absolutely required.
Yeah. The other thing, so I don't know the situation on how money, all that works with stuff like this, but I know that obviously it's required for getting the word out, doing all these cool things. So definitely donate buy our merch. We have merch. I don't know if you've seen it. It's really
No,
cute.
I haven't seen the merch.
I don't know who designed it in our group, but like it's so cute. They have a lot of different ones. Yeah, buttons,
That's
hoodies,
exciting.
T-shirts,
Okay.
Everything you can think of. Yeah,
I'm gonna get them and rep them on the pod.
you have to.
I have to.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll send you stickers and I'll get some merch.
Yeah. So all of that. If everything goes the way we'd want it to, it would be. John Thurston says, "Oh yeah, okay, I was wrong," and we move forward.
I lied.
Yeah, I didn't say it.
Yeah, she didn't say it. I did. I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, but
until I volunteer, I guess. I need to close my mouth.
But yeah, so if it goes the way we want it to, they count our signatures, and if we fall below the 90,000, they're going to go through and basically kick out any that this person's not registered.
Mm-hmm. Duplicates.
Yeah, duplicates, all these different random things like that would cause it to be disqualified. They'll go through all those, strike those out, and then if we end up below 90,000, we are allowed, I believe it's 30 days to collect more to get back up to 90,000.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I think they said that starts after the state has said, this is how many, we counted all of them, and this is how many you have.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at that point, that's when that time period starts, and then we can collect more. So I feel really good about that. If we get in that situation,
yeah,
our team is I don't know, they're just amazing, and they can do that in their sleep. So, yeah, and then the next phase would be being on the ballot and getting people to vote on it.
Yeah, then we got to get people to vote.
Yes.
That's what I thought was next.
Yeah. So
Thanks, John Thurston.
Right. I know that sounds, I don't know, it sounds a little scary in Arkansas to let it just be voted on.
Yeah.
Because it does feel very...
shot in the dark.
It does. But other states have done this, and they all overwhelmingly support abortion.
Every single one.
And again, it's both parties. There are people that agree on this, and I think that's one thing I liked about this being a petition, direct democracy, where if you want to still vote for Trump, you can vote for Trump, and you can vote for abortion. Mm-hmm. It's not you're voting for this, idea in a bucket. You really get to choose the individual issue. So I think that I really think that if we get it on the ballot, we'll have our rights restored.
Maybe we'll finally get Arkansans to show up and vote.
I hope so. I hope this is a good reason to get people to register.
Because we do have a really low voter turnout. I think we're one of the worst in the country.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you heard the issue about that lately?
No.
So
you're telling me so much.
Get Loud, Arkansas. Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's Joyce Elliott's.
I love
her.
Yeah,
I think that's her organization that she founded. Maybe
is she doing better? By the way,
I don't know. I haven't heard.
I heard she was. So. I think I heard she was doing better.
Yeah, I hope so.
Recovering at least.
Yeah, but she's incredible. And but anyway, they. I'll have to send you the info on it, but basically they were trying to get voter registration in Arkansas so that you could do it where you sign electronically.
Mm-hmm.
So right now you have to go to the DMV, or you can go online, print it off, or you can request it be mailed to you, and you have to mail it back. Who mails things anymore?
No one's going to do that. Yeah.
Yes, I receive packages from Amazon.
Don't send them.
I don't send them. Where do you put the freaking stamp? I don't know how to do any of that. So anyway, I just think that's so... It's archaic. It's archaic.
Yeah.
So...
It's 2024.
I need to read you the email I sent to the... I don't even know who it was. They just said, email this person if you want to complain about it. And so I did.
I love that. I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm copy, paste, and this.
I was I just sent an email to complain. I can complain. Mm-hmm. Trust me, I can complain. But anyway, so...
to whom it may concern.
I'm probably going to butcher the whole story on it. But basically, they were trying to collect it. Apparently... It was fine for a while, and then all of a sudden, the state's saying, no, you can't do that. Mm-hmm. And so they're fighting that right now. I emailed and said, hey, as a taxpayer in Arkansas, and, Arkansan for life, I think this is crazy. It's 2024. We have self-driving cars. Mm-hmm. I can unlock my phone with my face. but I have to fill out a piece of paper
Mm-hmm.
to vote, which is like just our
Stupid.
born right,
Stupid.
you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, this seems very archaic, and there's no reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
You show your ID when you vote.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's going to go out and register someone else to vote? Like, that's just so stupid.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, we spend so much, we have such a big military budget. Why don't we use some of that for cybersecurity? I'm just saying.
We pay our taxes online.
Yeah.
You know, they do all of our other stuff online.
Mm-hmm. The IRS takes my money online.
Right. It's
So it's
acceptable
good
then,
enough for them. It's not good enough for us.
Yeah. But I think...
but we can't be trusted. We might vote with dead people's names.
I've heard so many different conspiracy theories on that. But yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And also, okay, yes, there are so many people that wanted to sign this but aren't registered. That comes up so often.
Register.
Yes. One girl, she said, oh, yeah, I'd love to sign. I said, okay, where are you registered to vote? And she was like, oh, I'm not. I don't really do politics. And I said, girl, if you don't do politics
will do you.
Yes. I
Go
said
to
that.
rockthevote.org or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can register online.
Yes. I was like, you don't have to run for anything. Just
No.
freaking vote.
And you don't even, just vote on what you want to.
Yeah.
But, like, vote on this.
Yeah.
It affects you.
Yeah. So after that conversation, she did say, okay, yeah, I'll go get registered.
Good.
I was like, just please. Please.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, I have some games.
Okay.
Was there anything else you wanted to say about the abortion amendment?
I don't know.
Before we play the game.
I don't know. I feel like I said so much. And again, I repeat all of my same stories to like everybody I know all the time.
I do too.
So I don't know what I said.
I'm constantly like, have I told you this? Let me tell you again.
Okay, really cool. Yes, that's me.
That's me. Do you have ADHD? I do too.
Undiagnosed. Yeah. But like, yeah, everyone says I do.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Everyone I like has some kind of something. The
Makes
tism,
sense.
something. So.
Yeah.
Did we go over like specifics of like the petition? Like, it's just to get it on the ballot.
Yeah. And I explained the 18 weeks thing, didn't I?
I don't think so.
Okay, so yeah, right now it's fully banned in Arkansas other than for the life of the mother, which is very vague. So if we get enough signatures...
We might have talked about that, yeah.
Okay.
But you can keep going.
I feel like I tell everybody this because it's like when you're signing, I have to like be like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. It's your elevator pitch.
It is. Mm-hmm. It is. But yeah, so where was I going with this? ADHD.
18 weeks.
Yes. So you would have choice up to 18 weeks. And then after that, it would be only for rape, incest, fatal fetal anomaly, which is very hard to say. Which is, that your baby would not make it after or has major issues. I don't know. So one thing that has been misstated a lot. So in the amendment text, it also says like for the health of the mother instead of for the life of the mother. Mm-hmm. So it lists out, if carrying this pregnancy would like basically negatively affect her health, and then it lists off like digestive system and reproductive, like all these different systems. Which I was like, that seems like a lot to list out, but yeah, apparently they have to do that. So list all of that out. So some people have been misstating it though and saying like, oh, it allows for abortion up until birth, basically for any like old reason. And I saw someone. I saw someone post that because the amendment says like for all of these different issues, and she highlighted digestive health. She was like, so if you have an upset stomach, you can have an abortion. I was like,
yeah, I have an upset tummy.
Your arms hurt from reaching so much?
I woke up with a crick in my neck. I think I'll go get an abortion.
Yeah.
No, because I think about like getting cancer and stuff, like because you can't get cancer treatment.
Yeah, at that point, it's you or the fetus.
Right,
you're the baby.
Yeah, and I can make more babies. I mean, I'm gonna choose me.
Yeah.
So
you were here. People love you.
I pay my taxes. I want a baby. I'm just saying, if it's me or the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, now to the games. Okay, we're going to play Would You Rather. Okay.
Is this going to be abortion related?
No. Oh, can you imagine?
I just had to ask it.
Oh, no, that is a good question. No, they are not abortion related. They are politics adjacent, and then a couple are just like silly. Just for fun. Okay. Just for fun. Okay, would you rather? Would you rather have the power to enact one major policy change globally or have the ability to influence all local policies in your community?
Dang, you're not playing.
I'm not
playing. The first one?
The power to enact one major policy change globally. That's powerful.
Are you going to ask me what it is next?
No, I won't. I won't with that one.
Know.
There are other ones I will, but I won't with that one. So you'd rather do that than have the ability to influence all local policies in your community?
I think.
Final answer.
I'm trying to think about, like, who helps the most people?
Yeah.
Or not who. What helps the most people? Which option?
What's the globe?
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that one.
Okay, that's a good one. There's no wrong answer. Would you rather have a say in crafting new laws or be able to abolish one existing law of your choice? And if it's the law, which law?
Abortion. Let's move on.
Okay, yeah, I love that. We're abolishing, yeah. Would you rather debate a politician you strongly disagree with on live television or have a private one-on-one conversation with them?
Oh, one-on-one. I would not want to.
One-on-one?
I don't know. I don't want to be in public.
Yeah, you don't want to embarrass them? I think you could.
I might embarrass myself as well, though.
Who would it be?
I don't know. Honestly, I just want to, like, say no to both of those.
You don't want to spend any time.
No, I don't want to even talk to anybody that I don't. Yeah.
Okay. I like that answer. Okay, now we have a couple just silly ones. Would you rather... These came from ChatGPT, I swear.
Oh my gosh.
Would you rather have a unicorn horn or dragon wings?
Dragon wings?
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
They serve a purpose.
Yeah. Powerful.
Yes.
Okay.
If they were rainbow colored, though, instead of just being, like, dragon colored.
That'd be pretty. Like watercolor, kind of.
Yeah.
Or like...
iridescent.
Yes.
So more like a unicorn. Like...
Yeah. Have the best of both worlds. Unicorn wings.
Sparkling? Okay.
They have to sparkle because you're in the sunlight.
That just made me think of Edward Cullen. So.
Oh, God. Not Edward Cullen.
I have the skin of a killer Bella.
Skin of a killer Bella. Okay, would you rather talk to animals or be able to speak every human language fluently?
Okay, I was like immediately like option one because Eliza Thornberry.
Right. On Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah, that's good too. But Eliza Thornberry, that was like my icon growing up.
Yes. That's the Wild Thornberries, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah. That was the best. Yeah. So that was my first choice. And then, I don't know, the language thing is super cool. I feel like that would serve a better purpose, but...
It would. But my thing is I don't want to talk to people. I just want to talk to animals.
Yeah.
So you're
Side note, so last night when I was at Trinity getting signatures, I was trying to just like start asking some people as they were walking by, and there was this guy that he walked by and he was like, what did he say? He said, like he was like, no speak English, you know, and I was like, oh, okay, and then I was sitting there, like I stood there for a moment and I was like, I took so many years of Spanish, but I was like, I never once learned reproductive rights or abortion, so I was like, I don't know how to talk to you about this, so I was like, okay, thanks, like...
Yeah, I took 5 years and same.
Yeah, they don't teach you words like that.
I can ask where the library is. That's about it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got an A too.
Yeah.
But I know nothing. Okay, that's all the Would You Rathers. Thank you for playing the games.
I feel like I'm gonna like really be thinking and stewing on these answers later.
You're gonna play it back and be like, oh, I should have chosen the other answer.
Yeah. I'm really bad at those games because I really will sit and think like it's a life-changing decision.
It is. It's going to happen after, I mean, we're putting it in the universe, so you got to get it right.
As long as it's not the one where I have to like have a meeting with someone I don't like, so.
Yeah, I loved your answer on that one. That was really good. Neither.
The only thing I was like regretting saying was like in the very intro when you said, you turned in 100,000 signatures, whatever. Like, can you believe it? And I was like, no. And then afterwards I was like, I kind of can though, like.
Ooh, talk about that, T.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the theory behind it, like getting abortion on the ballot in Arkansas, sounds crazy, but I don't know. Ever since I got involved and like met all these women and a few men in the group, it is just like, oh yeah, it's going to happen. Like, we're going to do it because everyone is so passionate, so motivated, and just seriously, like they're so powerful.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a rush, like getting signatures and stuff, because I don't know, you just really can see that you can actually make a change. Like, it's so fucking cool.
I was going to say, I'm super into like energy and all that and frequencies, and I feel like they have to be that positive and confident that they're going to get it done to actually like radiate that energy.
Yeah.
And then when you're collecting signatures, it's just like this exchange of energy, and it's just like, oh, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. It really is. I probably won't be the same ever again after doing this. Like, I'll probably do more petitions, be more involved.
It's so important.
It matters. Yeah. And I think in general, it's very intimidating, to do. Like, I don't know. And I feel like politics in general has like a bad name. Like, people are like, ew, politics. But
yeah, we should rename it.
Yeah. More fun name. I don't know. But yeah, like, it's not all bad. We're trying to make good changes and benefit everybody. And I don't know, it's just really cool, like, being a group of people that are like-minded and, very passionate.
And even with the big scary word abortion, like at the root of it, we all just want to help people and families. Yeah. No matter what people think. Yeah. It's at the root of it. Y'all are actually out there doing the work on the ground to help families.
It's been a really great experience. We're talking about getting a group tattoo, so I'm very excited about that.
I love it.
Any excuse to get a new tattoo.
Do y'all know what you would get?
So we've talked about a couple different ideas. One of them was like a fist. I'll have to show you. I'll have to find it on my phone.
Fist?
Like a fist.
Okay.
In the air. It has like flowers on it.
I love that.
So, and then someone was like, oh, how do we tie it back to like getting signatures? And I'm like, what if we draw a pin? So I was like, oh my gosh, what if it's like that? This is a very rough sketch,
perfect.
Obviously.
And it says trust women. I love that. No, the pen makes it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's an awesome idea. And then the other one,
it should connect to the trust women. Like, you just wrote trust women.
Yeah. Yeah. The other one, someone sent, and I've seen this tattoo before, and I actually really liked it already, but when she sent it, I was like, okay, yeah, I would definitely get that. How cute is that? Like witches dancing naked in the moonlight. Because that's like us.
And then it's like fire at the bottom.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with that.
It's fire for like fiery rage that fills us.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of really cute options. So we'll see. But,
that's awesome.
Yeah. It's fun. That was kind of, I sent a message because a few of us had talked about a tattoo. And then when, like, after the rejection letter came out and we were all just like really grumpy posting in the chat, and I was like, hey, I'm going to make a little group chat to talk about this tattoo that we want, because if I don't think about something else, I'm going to lose my shit. So let's talk about something fun.
Yeah.
And, regardless of the outcome of all of this, like, it is a great experience for all of us, and we're all glad we did it, And
you're changing the world. Yeah. Locally, which is, like, more impactful, arguably.
Yeah. So, we're trying.
But it ain't over yet.
It's not. We've actually got a lot of cool publicity over it, too. So, we've had a ton of people, like, I think the name, there's a few different influencers that are not even in Arkansas that have talked about it.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Yeah. Because I know I saw Kelly Trout talking about it.
Yes, I love her so much. Too. Like, I know people obsess over celebrities. Her and Allison Grigsby Sweatman, she's over the Young Dems now.
Oh, okay.
And her and Kelly are, like, seriously inspirations and, icons. And
local icons.
Kelly posted a TikTok video going over like the abortion amendment before the rejection and just like talking about how to sign all this, and her video went viral and she was getting all these comments of people saying, I'm in Arkansas, I want to sign. And she, I'm sure, was doing her best to respond, but there were so many coming in, so I like had some time, so I jumped in and was like, hey, like email here or message me or whatever, and was like coordinating with a bunch. And then she made a video reply to one of my comments and was like, these volunteers are amazing, like, there's a bunch of them replying to comments, continue to message them if you need a place to sign. And of course when she posted it, I was like, this is probably what people would feel like if Kim Kardashian posted on them, because like, I don't know, she's a celebrity.
Taylor Swift for me.
Yeah, I was just like, Kelly, help me out.
That's awesome. No, I love Kelly.
Yeah, they're just really great people. And I know a lot of people say like, oh, every politician's slimy. No, they're not. They're not.
Yep.
So
go to DC maybe. The ones here, doing work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Destiny, Katie, Haley, Marley, Amanda, Grace. I don't know. There's a million of these great people that I've met, and they're all amazing.
So how can people join again? I know you told me, but like, how can people like volunteer?
Yeah. So I think if you go to the website and I think there's a page that talks about volunteering. And there's also a bunch of different things you can do, if you aren't necessarily comfortable with just like going out to parking lots to get signatures, even if you just get signatures, friends and family.
Oh, sweet.
If you wanted to do some text banking.
I was just about to ask if you love text banking.
I don't know if they're doing that now, like in the, I don't know, this weird period. And if we get a cure period, like I don't know if they'll be doing it then either, but we have our own like internal list of people that have like pledged to sign through the website. So we've been reaching out to some of those to ask if they signed, and if not, we'd love to get your signature. So stuff like that. Do you think what else? Yeah, it's a great way to volunteer.
Yes.
Super fun.
Everyone needs to go volunteer.
Yes.
I'll drop the deets below.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.